Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
It is your destiny. I feel like that's what they would say when they hand out copies at the midnight launch, you know? It is your destiny.
No,
it is your destiny.
No, the tagline has become legend because it makes no sense. So, there's that.
Really?
Yeah. Welcome to another Let's Discuss at hardmodegamers.com featuring Vega and Senor Chat. And
Hello.
Today we're going to be discussing the rather disappointing, yet at the same time exciting game known as Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. Alright. Vega, I need you to convince me that this is worth looking at.
Alright.
Do you think you can? Alright, so my experience...
I can't convince me this is worth looking at anymore, so...
let's look at where I'm coming from.
Right,
my experience with Destiny, I did a late to the party video, and I played I did an article. That was way back, actually. I played the vanilla edition when it was on sale. I had the Peter Dinklage ghost and everything.
Oh, nice.
I had
really.
it was a pretty early build of the game. There were the only expansions available were the 2 planned expansions and nothing else. There was no Taken King, nothing. I played the first part with the Cosmodrome. That was all right. I chose Hunter because I think I'm either like good really far away or up close. Mid range, forget it.
Okay.
So I played through and there was just like nothing really pushing me forward, but the gameplay was really good. Like it just like these guys know how to make good shooter gameplay, if anything. Good God, the gameplay is so rock solid. It's unbelievable. Like that was enough to keep me going just because every single like encounter was well made.
I feel like that's what's enough to keep everyone going who plays this game.
Yeah,
because like outside of that, it's really like the gameplay. The gameplay for Destiny is really really fun.
I stopped at the moon. All right, I was on the moon. I did a bunch of the missions. Then I was like 2 under level to do the next quest. I was grinding, doing the patrols, and that's when I stopped because I was like, I'm level 12 or something, and I need to be this level. I don't feel like there's much to do, so I dropped out somewhere in the middle of the moon missions.
Okay.
And that's where I stopped. But what makes Destiny 2 different?
So there's not really much that makes Destiny 2 different. It's just more of the same, but a little bit better, right? So
there's plot, right?
No, there's no plot.
What? I heard there was plot.
So there's a story, there's a campaign, there's an actual plot that's happening. The plot doesn't make sense, right? So like it makes sense in a like sci-fi written sense where like, oh, okay, cool, so everything was perfectly fine. Like we only had one enemy for the past 3 years, but apparently there's this other space colony that's existed this whole time that's not gonna come and fuck shit up.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Pretty much, yeah. So he shows up, like takes over the Traveler and does all this stuff, so like there's no more lights for your Guardians, and then you have to go out and find light for the Guardians so that you can like. So it's like the story's there, but it's not a good story. It's not like it's kind of more like a here, stop complaining, you little whiny bitches. Like here's a story, have fun. But overall, like the story wasn't great. So the one thing I can say is that if you appreciate the shooting gameplay, you appreciate the mechanics, you can like this game. Like, Destiny 2 is not a bad game in any way, shape, or form. It's just a very repetitive game. So if you're not the type of person that's going to get into this, like, hardcore at the competitive level, you will put it down very quickly.
Really?
Absolutely. And then the other side of it that also contributes to that, and this is, I think, this is like a dual fault, but I don't know who to blame, is that because the game is so heavily focused on grinding to get to the next, like, to be able to, involve yourself in the next missions and the next raids, you fall behind really quick if you're not playing at the same pace that other people are.
Yeah, I kind of get that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like you really got to be engaged.
You have to be playing at the same rate that your friends are playing in order to keep up. So like
it's like the game's constantly an end game in any other MMO, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So like there's really so like if you and your 4 friends want to keep up with each other, right? Like, each of you have to say, yes, I'm going to dedicate 10 hours a week, not more, not less. because the minute either one of you strays from that, you end up in a different player capacity that kind of takes away from the game. So like I played it, I put in maybe I would say like a good 40 to 50 hours on Destiny 1, right?
Yeah.
But my friends that I played with, well, I wouldn't even say, I'd probably say like 30 to 40. But my friends that I played with, they put in like a good 90 to 100. And just that was enough to make it so that I couldn't really play with them. Because if I played with them, it was more patronizing when they were just like, here's a bunch of weapons so you can keep up with us so we don't all die. Or they had to stoop down to my level and replay missions they already did. So now, like, it's kind of, everybody's branching off into the categories that they belong in.
So you would say, like, the co-op doesn't have a decent balance structure?
The co-op doesn't have a decent balance structure. Well, yeah, it just doesn't have a decent balance structure. But it's not just the co-op that's affected, because there's also other things that happen, right? So, like, these amazing dropship raids come down in the middle of you just hanging out. Like, you're just doing a patrol, and then boom, this random raid drops, right?
I actually got one of those on the original game.
Yeah,
and that was fun.
Those are really fun, except for when the raid drops and it's like you're supposed to be level 30 or you're supposed to be level 20 with like light level like 200 and something or like a really high amount, and then you're like, oh crap, I can't do this at all. And then the random people that pop up can't do it either, and then you end up dying, and it's like, well, that wasn't exciting at all.
The leveling sounds so complicated in this game in a way.
The leveling in this game is like, this is the best way I could describe the leveling, all right? You have your level, which is like the 1 through 20, and that's like cash, right? That's like having money, right? you have money, you can go out and you can do things because you have money, right? Your light level is like your credit score. You don't know how the fuck this shit is being calculated. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, but for some reason it's impacting your ability to buy stuff with money. So that's like the best description. The light level, it's actually a lot easier than the credit score.
Were you and you weren't able to carry your silver over either? Too. That was the was that the premium currency, or was that just the stuff you could get in game?
I believe that was the premium currency.
All right, and then he just doesn't carry. That sucked.
But they made it. It's funny because like they made it make sense that you couldn't carry any of your stuff over from Destiny 1.
Basically,
by
with
creating
the
story.
Yeah.
Right. So like we did this to ourselves as gamers. We asked for a plot. They said, "Fine, we're going to throw in a plot, but we're taking all your money back." Like, how's that for spending money on a story? But no, I think Destiny is a really good game. I think it's just not it's not entirely for me. Like I still play a little bit of it. I'll dive in and I'll play because I don't mind playing by myself. I'm a good like solo gamer, so like it's cool. But if you're the type of person who really wants to play and like really enjoy everything that Destiny has to offer and not just make up your own reason that it's fun, it's tough.
It sounds to me like it's one of those games becoming increasingly larger on the list of games I'd rather watch people play on Twitch or Mixer than actually play. Rainbow Six Siege, I don't want to play that. I'll watch people play that.
Yeah, definitely.
Destiny 2, I don't want to play that, but I can watch people play that.
Yep.
Minecraft, I definitely watched more Minecraft than I've ever played Minecraft.
Yep.
So Destiny is essentially Minecraft, is what I'm saying.
Destiny equals Minecraft. Perfect. Makes perfect sense.
Now we have a video title.
There's a couple of new weapons that I've encountered myself. Like I said, I haven't really put in a ton of time into it.
So how good are the weapons? Because again, that is the biggest draw I've had. I've never had a weapon I hated in Destiny, and that was the biggest part. Is you had to get by with what you could get on the early stages of the game. Mm-hmm. And like normally, I hate burst fire weapons, but I found a burst fire weapon in Destiny 1. That was perfect. I was like, wow, this is one of the best burst fire weapons I've ever had.
I think that comes from the amount of experience that Bungie has with creating shooters. You know, with Halo, like being such a long-running franchise, like they've really nailed down the whole space shooter concept, right? So you're right. Like when you're playing, there's very few moments where I'm like, damn, this gun really sucks. Like I don't ever want to see this thing again. Like most of the time, it's more, oh, I got a new weapon and this is going to increase my light level by like 5 points. I need this shit, so I'm going to use it. And then when you're using it, you're like, and it doesn't feel bad, so it's cool. You know, yeah, it's a really well balanced game overall. Like as far as PvE, it's very well balanced. PvP or PvP is kind of like, it's a little debatable, but
Oh, what? That reminds me something very important before we wrap up. So, speaking of PvE, did you play soccer outside the
I did not.
the
I
little
refuse.
area? Yeah, a little bit of a. I mean,
I absolutely refuse.
You
Now, if it was
get your football
if it was
on.
baseball, I'd definitely be down. But I was like, what is good? The one thing I did want to touch on real quick, and this is something that's bothering me a lot about the game. I don't know why, like, and this is something I didn't like about Halo either, but what the fuck, Bungie? Like, when are we going to be able to get some real solid voice acting? Like, everybody sounds like they're uninterested in the script that they're reading. There's, like, very few of the voice actors actually sound like they care about what's happening. That was the only thing in the audio, like,
in the
part of my
original,
review
like,
that I
you
was
know,
like,
Dinklage, he just sounded like he was reading the phone book.
yeah, he sounded like he didn't care. And, like, even now, like, I don't know who any of the voice actors are, but, like, even now, the voice actors we have, they all just sound, like, very monotone and uninterested.
Yeah, you
It
go back
makes me
to all the
uncomfortable.
Bungie Halo games, and there's not a lot of voice acting to those either. It's mostly just being told what to do.
Yeah.
And it's alright, Cortana was alright. 343, they certainly added a lot more plot to it, but in the meantime have also made the Halo games kind of worse.
Yep.
Especially Halo 5. Halo 5 is just... They tried too hard to make it like other shooters. Wasn't a good move. So, move on to Destiny or Titanfall. Halo, that's for another time. Maybe 6 will be good, maybe it'll be garbage, who knows.
But Destiny 2 and the entire Destiny franchise is here to stay, so there's definitely gonna be a lot of time to play. But I'm excited for it because like I said, I like playing it. It's a guilty pleasure. Like I play it, and while I'm playing, I'm like, why am I playing this game? I don't get why I still play this. But
it sucks you in with the good gameplay.
Yeah, it's like a bad game with good gameplay. I don't know what happened. But that kind of wraps it up. So let me know what you think about the voice acting and what your thoughts are on the gameplay for Destiny 2.
Yeah, tell us about the plot. Was it a significant enough increase, or did you still need more? Let us know in the comments below. And other than that, game on.
Peace.